Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'd like to bring you my review of a movie I just watched called Mortal Kombat. This one was sent to me for review by Warner Brothers. If you get a chance to check it out, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'll include more information, including affiliate links to purchase this one down in the description. So Mortal Kombat, it's kind of the new reboot of the Mortal Kombat franchise based on the Mortal Kombat game. Now, to me, it's pretty impressive that they could turn a fighting game into any kind of movie. You know, I'm not really familiar with the newer Mortal Kombat games, but I do remember playing them a little bit on the Sega Genesis. But just to turn that into a movie, there's not really a whole lot of story involved. So they're kind of taking leaps of faith to turn that into a movie. Now, I haven't seen the old two in a long time, so I'm not really going to compare this at all to those. We'll just review it on its own here. So in this one, we kind of see Sub-Zero at the beginning kind of taking out this family. Then we fast forward to, I don't know, 20 or maybe probably 20 years later, maybe a little more, and Sub-Zero is back, and we find out that the Mortal Kombat competition is upcoming, and we're introduced to several of the characters from the game. Although I didn't know all of them, I haven't played Mortal Kombat in many years. You know, I recognize a lot of them, and they even tried to explain some of things that happen to them, how they get these special abilities, the fatalities, and they really try to give a reason behind everything, which is kind of cool because, you know, it is more of a fantasy kind of thing. So just giving some kind of explanation is a cool kind of thing to do in this kind of movie. And so we get these characters, and they're on their way to Raiden's temple or whatever to train for the Mortal Kombat tournament. Now, the bad guys, or whatever you want to call them, from Outworld come, and they've already won 9 Mortal Kombats in a row, so if they win the 10th, then they can take over all the realms, or something along that line. So these new champions have to defeat them, and so they come to Earth, and Raiden's like, well, you can't fight, the Mortal Kombat tournament hasn't started yet. And unless I'm mistaken, the tournament never starts. We just gotta get all the characters fighting, and they lose, and then they train, and then they fight again. And it's kind of like the combat towards the end is kind of just happens real quick, and I was a little confused because I was like, well, when's the tournament? Like, they didn't really seem to have a tournament. So I don't know. I kind of thought about that a lot. Is it a big deal? Is it not a big deal? I mean, it's kind of a big deal because it's based on a tournament fighting game, and they don't actually do the tournament. They talk about it, and there's a lot of information about it, but as far as I could tell, the tournament never actually officially started. They just kind of fight, and kind of has a, I don't know, an anticlimactic ending because you don't really have like a champion. You just have, I'll give away too much if I tell you, but there's not really a tournament, so to speak. That being said, I thought this movie looked really great. The Blu-ray looked great. The CGI to me was between good and really good. Some of it, yeah, it was okay, and some of it was really good. You know, I was pretty happy for the most part. There were a couple times where I just kind of felt like it looked a little off, but for the most part it was really good, and I felt like they did a really good job of incorporating, you know, fighters' kind of characteristics and their abilities and their fatalities. There's several fatalities. Early on, there's a lot of blood, and throughout the movie, really, there's a lot of blood, but early on, there's a lot of blood, and I kind of felt like they were trying to go back to kind of that Sega Genesis look, where just every time you hit someone, blood flew everywhere, and I really enjoyed this one visually, and I felt like they did a good job. Like, the fatalities were, like, brutal and gory and gruesome, and, you know, it looked really cool. And so I think overall it's a really fun movie. I think probably fans of the games will enjoy it, or if you just kind of want to see an action movie with a lot of gore, this one's pretty cool. Check it out. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check the chess videos, and I'll see you guys next time.